I've been unable to move this, so I got a metal tube. There it goes. Today we're changing out the oil on Dauntless. This is a 2021 Jeep Gladiator. It's super easy to do. Essentially, you just remove the oil, change out the filter, and finish it off. I'll show you what I'm doing. First step is coming underneath the Jeep, and this is where the oil is going to come out. That bolt there is a 13mm bolt. We're going to remove that and dump the old oil into a container. Also put a little plastic liner down underneath in case I miss. I'm going to take my glove off because I can wash my hands, but my gloves aren't going to be as easy to wash. All right, let's see how good my aim is. All right, so the trick here is just to let it drain, and then I'm going to slide this as it continues to lower in its drop. As you can see, we have no more drips. The pan is full, and now we're going to go do the filter. Believe it or not, I didn't have a 24mm socket in my kit, so I actually had to go buy one just now. But that's what you need for the top of the oil filter housing, which is plastic. And you definitely don't want to use the standard 15/16, which is just a little bit off because you're going to damage that component. And we just want to take it off just a little bit. And just spin it with the hand. Now that I've got it loose, I'm going to grab a rack real quick. By the way, I don't know if they have these in the States, but this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. They're like these reusable wipes that are dry wipes that you can just wash and use again. I won't use this one again, but the reason I want to do this is because when I grab this, there's going to be some oil and I don't want it to drip on the engine. There's the old oil filter, and it has a little O-ring right here. That O-ring comes in the kit, so we're going to want to take this off, take the old filter out, put the new filter in, replace the O-ring. This just pops out, just like that. This is the Mopar filter. It'll actually work for the JL from 2020 to 2024 and the JT, as long as it's the 3.6 liter engine. So what you get in the box is a brand new filter, and better be in there. It's in there. An O-ring. Just want to get underneath it. Now that that's removed, I'm going to take my new one, and I'm going to get some of this oil that's in here, and I'm going to put it on the O-ring itself to lubricate it, to get it back onto the filter housing. That's it. It just kind of clicks into place there. Now we just put it back in and screw it back on. Wipe the top off a little bit. So now it's just a reverse process. You can see the threads in there, where the filter housing is going to thread into it. This goes into the bottom like that. And it just screws back on. And you don't want to over tighten it. You just want to get it tight enough. So I hand tightened it. Now I'm just going to tighten it basically until it stops. And then I'm going to push it just a little bit further. Right there it stopped. And I'm going to give it a little bit more. There we go. The next step is to go back underneath, tighten it up again, and just like this, you don't want to over tighten it. I'm just tightening it by hand. Now I'm going to wipe this down, this whole area down with the rag, and then I'm just going to tighten it just enough with the 13mm ratchet. And this is our old oil in our makeshift oil pan that Joaquin allowed us to borrow. So Joaquin said he's going to take care of disposing of this properly for us, but if you are changing your own oil, make sure you dispose of oil properly. Look in your local area for the rules and regulations regarding that. All right, next step is fresh oil inside Dauntless. This may seem like common sense, but for those of you who this is your first time changing your oil, there's your oil filter housing cap that we just tightened down, and this is where you're going to put the oil in. So we're going to remove this cap. The Jeep Gladiator takes 5 quarts of 0 weight 20 oil. We're using synthetic oil in Dauntless. And it's a good idea to use a funnel. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just so that you protect oil from dripping around your engine. So we have this little plastic funnel that we're going to be using. Make sure that your funnel is clean before you go dumping oil through it. In South America, they do everything by liters, not quarts or gallons. The Jeep Gladiator takes 1 1/4 gallons or 5 quarts. But here, that's equivalent to 4.7 liters. So I bought 5 liters of oil, and I'm going to figure out how to put the right amount in. I don't have a way to measure that, but we'll figure it out. This was a 4-liter container, and I have 1 more liter container that I purchased. It did spill a little bit, but mostly on my hand. This is Debi Mallory, which is a German oil. Maybe enough. We'll check the dipstick. And it says it is full. There we go. The oil has been changed in Dauntless. We'll keep that extra oil with us because I do daily checks, and so if I check it and it shows a little bit low after we first run it, I'll be able to put the rest of that in there if I need to. There are 2 more steps to take. We're going to run the engine for about 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to check around the oil filter housing to make sure there's no leaks, and we're going to check underneath to make sure there's no leaks on the oil pan. Everything's looking good. So now we just need to reset the dashboard information system to show that the oil's been changed. The way you reset the dashboard information system is to turn the vehicle to run. And that's going to bring up our dashboard lights. We're going to navigate down to vehicle info. It says oil change required. We're going to hit OK. You navigate over to where it says oil life. We're going to hold the OK button down. And now we're done. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please give it a like if it was. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, join our journey around the world, and if you want to go behind the scenes with us, hit us up on Patreon, where we answer every single question that we're ever asked, and we're really raw and transparent. And until next time, we will see you in the next video.